All right. Just going to wait a couple more minutes before we start so we can get some more people in the live. I hope everyone's doing well today. It's a nice evening out. My dogs are trying to get in. I'm in a different location today because I have some people in the other room right now, but hopefully this works for everybody. I'm really excited about what we're talking about today because it's something that I don't normally talk about myself. I don't consider myself a huge or a hair expert at all, but I do love getting to learn my own hair and seeing the way it's changed throughout life stages, aka getting pregnant and all the hormones and giving birth and what that's done to my whole body, but specifically to my hair and how I've been able to style it and make myself still feel, fun and beautiful and, working with what I've got. So that's something that has been kind of like a lifelong journey for me is hair and feeling comfortable with the hair that I have and seeing how I can play around with it and have fun with it. So I've got quite a few products that I want to show today, including some other pieces, tools, and products that you can use on your hair if you, deal with the same things that I deal with during the summer. And like I said, with the hair loss and hair growth, that's just a very unique struggle in itself. And then I'm going to be talking about obviously hairstyles that I like to wear throughout the summer and how I like to use my products to accomplish that. And Verishop has such a wide array of brands and products to choose from that you really can't go wrong in trying things. And what I love about Verishop specifically is that the brands are, I feel like, typically smaller businesses, smaller brands that need more exposure because they're such great products. And I just love trying different things. I love trying natural products and, things that you don't find at Ulta or Sephora and that kind of stuff because I feel like those seem kind of like the default brands because they're just everywhere. Whereas, these smaller brands, they have so much to offer and their insights and their technology is so vast, but we just don't have exposure or accessibility to them. So getting to try out new brands through Verishop is such a plus for me. Also, a hair update. My hair probably looks different than it has in recent or in past live streams. I actually just got a perm. I get perms 2 times a year or so, and they kind of fade out as the months go on. But I love doing this specifically for the summer because it gives my hair texture, obviously. I have naturally very straight, silky hair, and so giving it some texture makes it really fun. And I'm going to a beach trip next week, so it's going to be really nice to be able to just get out of the salty water and have kind of a natural texture. And so I just got this done yesterday, actually. And also, I was having just such a hard problem with my baby hairs growing back. So for those who don't know, I've mentioned this before in other live streams that I gave birth almost 11 months ago. And so I experienced pretty massive hair loss after stopping my prenatals, which I'm pretty sure you're supposed to continue to take those until you're done breastfeeding. But and then I also experienced a lot of hair growth by month 7, and so I just found all these hairs coming out, and it just I wasn't used to it, and so it was really hard for me to tame my hair in a sense because I have pretty thick hair, and so getting a perm is just a super fun way to just do something different and watch my hair grow in a different way. So so the different products I'll be sharing and talking about come from Virtue, T3. I think those are the 2 main ones. And I'll talk more about other tools that are really helpful for hair care that I have found have been really helpful. So it's going to be fun. And I'll talk about what I'm wearing just so that you guys, if you're wondering, the things that I'm wearing. I'm wearing these little pearl earrings from Ana Luisa. I wear them quite a bit. They're just super simple and easy to wear. And my typical dainty gold rings from Missouri, and then my engagement ring. I've got this bracelet that I wear. I never take it off, actually. It's also from Missouri. And then this is kind of funny. Everything I'm wearing is thrifted, so you won't be able to find anything on Verishop, but I have these like paper bag looking jeans, and then this like velvet cami tank top, and then I got this like, I think this was handmade. It's like a handmade, I guess like knitted or crocheted vest. So it's really fun. Oh, and also another fun fact is it's my birthday today, so just living the life. And I'm also drinking this really yummy drink. It's like one of my favorite drinks now. It's a gin. It's gin, Topo Chico, and lime. It's like super simple, but it's just really refreshing for the summer. Well, honestly, it's just refreshing, period. So you might see me sipping on that throughout the live stream. But I think we can get started. So I've told you a little bit about what I deal with my hair. Like I said, my hair is pretty thick and not coarse. It's really shiny naturally. So I have to be careful about like what kind of oils I'm putting in my hair and how long I'm keeping it um, unwashed, because I feel like it can get greasy really easily. But I also think the other thing about hair is it also takes training. Like you train your hair to withstand the amount of cleaning or non-cleaning that you want it to have. Um, so like I think it's really become a popular thing in more recent years, I guess, or maybe in the past 10 years, but to not wash your hair every day. Because I feel like when I was little, I used to wash my hair every day. I mean, I was a kid, so I feel like that was more just a given. But as I grew older and realized, like, oh, my hair doesn't need to be washed and stroked every single day with shampoo and like all the chemicals in the shampoo, I was able to let my hair just like be natural. And I think I also experienced much less damage and much less breaking, and let my hair be in its natural state, because your roots, they produce natural oils that help keep your hair healthy. So you don't have to recondition it with conditioner to keep it soft. It just kind of does its thing naturally. So that's something that I learned in the past decade or so, I guess. And I have bangs, and with my perm, they kind of like lifted them a little bit, so they actually like stay in place better, and I don't mind them as much, because when you're growing your bangs out, it's like seriously the struggle. Like, how do you put them up? And that's also part of like what I do with my hairstyles, to not like to be able to let my bangs grow out without it looking just weird and not planned out, I guess. But generally, the hairstyles that I do throughout the year, specifically in the summer, are very simple. I mean, I'm very like hands off with my hair. I try to be as low maintenance as possible with my hair, because I feel like the more we do to our hair, the more we have to do more to our hair. Like if yeah, and so well, I think it's so pretty to have like highlights and different colors in your hair. It's just never been my thing, because it requires more maintenance, and I don't got time for that. And what's great about a perm is it just kind of naturally fades out, and then you can just get another one, and your hair doesn't it's not left to damage as long as you don't add color to your hair. So that's my hair story. But I think the one, I guess, very popular way of like putting your hair up is just simply by throwing it up in a large claw clip, which is how I had it today. And it's just really, yeah, right here. I have big hair, so you can't see it on this side, but it's just so easy and so simple, and I feel like it's just so classy and cute, and kind of like a reminder of the 90s and early I literally just got this yesterday, was I would curl them like this. I would probably put them up like this so that they would have that like really voluminous like swoop situation, especially that they're growing out more. They'll look more like curtain bangs eventually. And these are really great. You can buy several sets of these. This comes in a set of 2, and these will be $17 with the discount if you purchase them during the live or during live checkout, which is 30 minutes after the live. And I think rollers are such a fun way to get curls. I feel like, yes, it's really easy to use like a curling iron or like a curling wand, but this is super hands off and it's like so easy, and the learning curve is really small. So you just plug them in, put them in, and I think you get to learn like how long you want them in for over time. Because honestly, curling bangs and curling like smaller curls is really hard with a hair wand. I've definitely burned my forehead from trying to curl my bangs in the past, and it's not fun at all. And then I have to cover them with my bangs, and it's just a whole mess. But hot rollers are great. So I have I think they're let's see what size these are. I think I remember they were like one and a quarter, which is a perfect width for a nice like natural wave. So I personally love hot curlers, or rollers, I guess. So those are the T3 Volumizing Hot Rollers Luxe. And then, okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about as far as curls go, whether you have natural curls or if you have artificial curls like me, the way that I like to style them, I wasn't gonna do this like on screen because I'm supposed to wait 48 hours to wash my hair. But the way I like to dry my hair, if it's not air dried, is using a diffuser like this and sticking it onto my hair dryer. This one is by T3. It's the Soft Touch Compact Diffuser. And it's an attachment you stick onto the hair dryer. And you just would, let's say for example, my hand is the diffuser. You would just go like this to dry it so that the curls they dry upward instead of just like fall down. They stay up. Which is really great for natural curls, or like I said, if you have a perm or something like that, or just even a wave, not even like a curl. So I love using the diffuser. It's super, super simple, and I also think it keeps your hair from looking frizzy. I'd probably put some sort of like, what's it called? Something on your ends, like either a serum or a like cream to put at the ends, or even just like on the tops to keep it from frizzing. And then something specific to curls, obviously. So the diffuser is such a game changer when it comes to drying your curly hair or your wavy hair. And I do wonder if anyone does have like naturally wavy or curly hair, let me know what your struggles are when it comes to drying and like all that, because I can only tell you what I know about my perm. So I think a diffuser is so important when you have wavy or curly hair, for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is the Virtue Full Discovery Kit. I love this because you get to try 3 products in one. Here I've got the full shampooing complet. I've got the full conditioner, and this one is the restorative treatment mask, which I think everyone needs to be using a treatment mask. I would probably say weekly, if not then bi-weekly, to keep the moisture in your hair. And they have clarifying masks. They also, and I actually have, I don't have it. Where is it? I probably have to go get it. It's in the other room. But I'll talk about another mask here in a little bit. But I love this. This is a great set to try out. So you can try out all of these 3. And also it's a great travel kit. So I'm definitely going to be bringing this with me to our beach trip next week. And so this says, let's see. These are small bottles, so I don't think it says, as Virtue shampoos are concentrated, we recommend emulsifying a quarter amount. So it tells you how much you should use. So this is going to give you maximum lift with a hydrating kick. If you struggle with volume in your hair, which sometimes, believe it or not, when I grow my hair out long, like this is kind of long for me, but when it's long, when it's like a few inches long through my hair, you would not believe how much it just like falls. It just like drags down because it's so thick. So I'll need to use like a volumizing or like a lifting hair care because this just looks flat once it's all kind of dragging down, which is typically why I like to get my hair thinned out or I just chop it off because I'm sick of it. And also because my hair is so heavy at times when it's long, I like it hurts my head almost. So, um, yeah, because I love long hair. I love that like luxe, like luxurious or luscious, that's the word, luscious look of like long wavy hair, but sometimes it just hurts my head. And so I will sometimes just thin it out and then I'll use like a lifting solution like this one, the full shampoo and the full conditioner. So if you have like fine, and this actually says limp hair. I don't know who wants to say they have limp hair, but if you do have limp, fine hair, then this is a great solution. I'm trying these two out together because I feel like in the past I've thought like, oh, you should only really invest in a good like shampoo because that's what's actually like going into your roots and like the actual part of your hair that needs the cleansing and needs like it's being absorbed in your scalp. But really, like when it's a game changer when you use the matching conditioner because that's what it's meant for. They're meant to be used together. So. And then we've got the restorative treatment mask. Like I said, like this is such a great thing to bring when you're traveling because I feel like when we're on vacation, a lot of times we kind of just like forget about our care, our skincare, our hair care, and we just kind of like throw it out the window. And then when we get back, we're just like, oh my gosh, like, just being out in the sun for too long or just like, um, slacking on upkeep with our hair and our skin because we're girls and we're a little high maintenance, but that's okay because it takes some time to get this together, right? So yeah, I love this set. And they have like the best way to use it. The directions in the back. Let's see if there's anything else that I missed out on. Yeah, it says it's generally for all hair types, but specifically if you have fine or limp hair, this is going to be a great solution. So the next hairstyle that I've been really enjoying, especially with this hair that I have now, and I don't have bobby pins with me right at this second, but so I'm going to use this. But typically what I'll do is I'll take this top part. So, I forgot to talk about my hair cut. So I got my hair cut initially in December. So it was like 8 months ago. And I got what's it called? Not a mullet, a shag haircut. So it's where like it kind of framed the top of your head and your face kind of like this and kind of like brought it in, but also was super shaggy up here and like wispy on the bottom and kind of like scene hair back in like the early 2010s. Yikes. And it was really it was a fun haircut to have. Where was I getting at with that? Oh yeah, and so now I have like pretty short layers up here at the front, and so sometimes it feels a little bit full for me, like a little too full. So what I'll do is I'll take the top pieces, and I'll usually have like 3 or 4 bobby pins and just stick them up there because I personally love using bobby pins for the back of my head for when I'm like driving, if I want to like leave my head down or like lean my head on the seat. But for this video, I'll show you what it looks like with the large claw clip. And like I said, I'm really low maintenance with my hair, and I love simple hairstyles just to change it up a little bit, but like also So the next product that I want to talk about, which is really, this is a really great one, especially for when you have textured hair like this, or any wave whatsoever. This is the Virtue. Let me add this onto the screen real quick. This is the Virtue Texturizing Spray. I love texture spray. Honestly, even if you have straight hair, I think it's important to have just at least a little bit of texture in your hair, so it's not just like flat, like on your head. And this adds texture and shine. And it says, oh, this is something that I forgot to mention about Virtue, that their brand is free of sulfates, parabens, phthalates, dyes, colors, and gluten. So that's great. And it says shake well for volume and texture, spray on dry hair, holding can 10 inches from your head, focusing on the roots and through mid-length of your hair. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do it a little bit right now. And I'm only going to have my camera or my phone. So let's see. Oh my gosh, my dog got scared. There we go. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I can like already see a difference. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. I don't know if you guys can see that already. It just like adds more like oomph to it, like more volume and just like texture. I mean, just texture. I love texture. It just looks so cool. So that's what that is. I love this. It's different from a dry shampoo because a dry shampoo actually like lessens the appearance. I hope I didn't get any of it in my drink. But a dry shampoo will more so lessen the appearance of like grease and shine. And this will add a little bit more shine, which is really going to be great when you're at the beach or somewhere drier, where you need to add a little bit more like moisture, but more to your like the top of your hair. So I love texture spray. I think this is something to always have on hand for sure. So Virtue so far, I love your products and it smells really good. Even though it got in my throat, it smells very good. Okay. I'm going to go and grab real quick the other product that I forgot to bring in here. So just give me one moment. Okay, sorry about that. So this next thing, it's a little messy because it got messed up in the box, but this is the Orlando PETA Play Hair Purifying Vinegar Cleansing Mask. It's a mouthful, but I am excited to try this out. I haven't tried this out yet, but like I said, it's purifying, and because I don't wash my hair very often, I literally wash it maybe like once every 4 or 5 days. It's really important for me to like have a really deep cleanse into my hair so that it's just not yucky, you know, and it helps me out a lot because I have a lot of hair. So this is supposed to help, I think, replenish it with essential moisture. It'll cleanse the scalp, obviously, and pH balance to prevent color fading, which I don't have any color in my hair, but that's always great. pH balance, right? It's quite sticky. But I can't wait to try that out because I really have not like done a very deep cleanse in my hair for a while. So that's actually pretty affordable, I think, for a hair mask, and it comes in a pretty big tub. This was, let's see, 9 ounces. That's very big, and it smells pretty good. So it's for refreshed and nourished hair. Orlando Pita Play. I've never heard of this brand, like most of these brands, but this looks so yummy on the hair. So yeah, and it says there's a oh, I guess this was the person that created this brand. It says, I created this nourishing hair mask to replenish moisture lost during the chemical process, which even though I didn't put color in my hair, there is still definitely chemicals in my hair from keeping it nice and curly. But yeah, I'm excited to use that. That's going to be wonderful. And then the last thing I want to talk about is this T3 source filtered shower head. So a lot of us are probably either renting or have just bought a house that has like all of the appliances that, you know, obviously came with it. And I think it's important to really look at what we're putting on our hair, especially like the water, which I feel like we could talk about filtered water, but for this shower head, I think it's a really great addition to your hair care routine because it can add, depending on what exactly, I don't have it with me right now, but it's going to add, it's just going to enhance your hair care routine, and it can even like help put water more into the roots and like just like give you a better experience as far as like washing your hair. Also, like if you have long nails like me, it's really hard to wash your hair sometimes with like long nails. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but we changed out our shower head, and it's been such a huge difference for showering in general, but specifically for cleaning our hair. And my husband has long hair, so a lot of what I use for my hair, he uses also, and it kind of lets us have like a double take on like the products that we're using and if it actually works or making a difference. Um, so yeah. Anyway, those are the products that I have to show you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. Oh, I don't think I actually presented the full discovery kit, but that's here it is right here. There we go. And yeah, you get an extra 15% off if you shop now from the live and 30 minutes after, and within 30 minutes after the live ending. So I think it's a great deal. And just checking out Verishop in total, I think they have, like I said, have such great products. So it wouldn't hurt to check out what other options there are, but these, I am really excited about these products. And like I said, gonna take these with me to our trip. And for the rollers, if you have straight hair like me, naturally straight hair, then these rollers are going to be so amazing for you. And typically I find that when you're using hot rollers, they hold the curl much longer than if you were to use like a wand or a hair curler. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next Wednesday for our next live. But for now, have a great night. Talk to you later.